bullets that we're dodging, hide the bones in the garden, never beg for a pardon. Cash in before the house rules, never break from the ground rules. Got too high off our own fumes. We keep playing with fire, knowing it's a dangerous game. Yeah, we keep playing with fire. They can smell it from a mile away. Got some black market romance, body with a cold hand, crimes no one gets away with. Some sins you can't atone for, like gold you trade your soul for. Had enough but gotta have more. We keep playing with fire, knowing it's a dangerous game. Yeah, we keep playing with fire. They can smell it from a mile away. So we keep playing with fire.
Happy Friday, February 7th, 2025. It's Chris and Mark with the NWA Exchange Podcast, the only podcast you need to listen to know everything about Bella Vista and beyond. And maybe a little bit of the DOGE and downhill bike parks. And a little bit of everything else. Let's get into it right now. Hey, buddy, old pal of mine. Happy Friday from a really, really crazy week.
Yeah, it has been crazy. There's been a lot going on around us, too.
Man, everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, there's something going on, man. Protests in the streets, protesting federal agencies, politicians, trying to break into federal buildings. I mean, you name it. There is no shortage of action this week, man.
Yeah, it's for sure. I got so caught up in everything that's been going on and updates, and I'm like, I forgot the Super Bowl Sunday. So
well, luckily I saw Travis Harp's photo, and it reminded me. Oh yeah, the Super Bowl's on Sunday. Sunday, man. What's your prediction for the game, man?
Man, I don't know. I mean, it all depends on if the Chiefs can cut down Barkley. If Barkley gets over 100 yards, I think Philly's got a chance to win that game. But
I think it's all rigged. I think the Chiefs are going to win. It's all rigged, man.
I think the line that Chiefs line is good, man. It's really good. I mean, and we'll see. I hope it's a good game, man. I hope it's not a blowout. And
I typically tune in for the ads, man. I tune in for the ads. Yeah. That's the best. Like the breaking, the kind of the creative breaking ads. That's what I kind of tune in for. But I did hear that Mr. DOGE himself, Elon Musk, has spent a significant amount of money to run some ads during the Super Bowl. So I'm really excited to see what that is all about, man.
I saw the Budweiser one they always have, that Clydesdale one. Mm-hmm. Did you see the one where the keg fell off the back of it?
Oh, I didn't see. I haven't seen it yet. No, I haven't.
Yeah, the horse nudged it all the way into a bar. Everybody's looking at it.
Well, we'll just have to see, man, what the future holds if we can make it to Sunday, man. There's been a lot of the issues with air traffic this week. Again, if you don't have to fly, I would recommend kind of not flying the friendly skies right now. There's been a lot of hearings talking about safety and all that, and sadly, if this continues, man, I think that there's going to be no choice but to, kind of shut down air travel until they can figure out what the heck is going on. So I'm hopeful that doesn't happen and people get stuck somewhere. So remember, play it safe, drive, don't fly if you can. I don't want to say stay home, save a life, because we went through too much of that, but drive.
There was a search and rescue mission going on right now in Alaska.
Yeah,
so I don't
10
know.
people, right? 10 people.
Yeah, I haven't seen any updates yet.
I have not either.
That's an unforgivable area to get lost in, man. When you go down, you're
especially this time of year up there. Boy, you're going to die from exposure for sure. Or 100% exposure, and hopefully that's if you land on water or on ground. If you land on water, guess what? Not a good way to go down. Well, let's go ahead and get into some of the local items that people can look forward to. I think first one up, man, is very relevant given the price of eggs, according to the internet. Due to the cost of eggs, man, some people are losing weight now. Maybe. I don't know.
It's insane.
Or it's Ozempic. Let's get into it, buddy.
All right, buddy. We got the annual Chick Day at Can Do Hardware and Gravit here. I think that's over in 3rd Street tomorrow from 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. They're affiliating themselves with HeartlandHatchery.net, and I will drop that link in. That link to Heartland gives you the specifics of what you can order, what the costs are involved. I won't get into all the details, but I will.
I'm going to drop it in the chat right now, buddy.
Yeah, drop it in the chat, and they have egg-laying chickens, meat chickens, and what have you. There's got to be somebody out there that knows the specialty chickens and what to look for out there. Sandy, if you're listening tonight, I remember I was just looking at the Rhode Island Red, that crazy chicken you tried to hawk on me. So there's all kinds of stuff in there. They have exotic chicks. They got all kinds. They have turkeys too. So I was looking at the turkeys. They got ducks, a little bit of everything. So guineas. If you got issues, which we know in Bella Vista, serious tick issues, these guineas, they just crush ticks, man, 24/7. But they're highly aggressive, man. They will go after you.
Okay. All right, buddy. Well, moving along, we've also got tree giveaways happening again in Northwest Arkansas. Rogers is giving away some trees.
Yeah, Ozark Beer Company. When they had the tornadoes and stuff, they did a giveaway and or a fundraiser for beer to be able to do these tree seedling giveaways. So that's taking place at Ozark Beer Company. That'll be tomorrow at 1 p.m. There's going to be there's a lot of giveaway. There's going to be 1,000 post oaks given away, 1,000 cherry bark oaks, 1,000 persimmons, 1,000 the Shumard oaks, and 1,000 southern reds. So that's good. So we can get planted out there. We lost a lot of trees.
Yeah, Rogers did. I don't know. You remember
Bentonville.
Driving up there across from Pinnacle where they were staging them and piling them to mulch them up? Man, dude, that place looked like a building over there. I mean, there was just so many trees. So good for Ozark Beer Company doing that and giving back to the local
it's pretty
community.
Cool. So again, that'll take place tomorrow at Ozark Beer at 109 North Arkansas Street. That'll be taking place 1 p.m. to, I believe, 8. So there's time, but it's first come, first serve. So there's not a lot there, man. And there's, it'll go pretty quick, I'm sure. So that'll be neat to try to plan them. We probably, in our lifetime, I don't know if we'll see them get too big, but nonetheless, someday they'll be pretty good size. So,
yeah. So in Bella Vista, we got the city calendar up. There are a couple of items that people may want to take note of, and that is Monday, the 10th, 4:30 p.m. Planning Commission. That's out at the Public Safety Building, aka the courthouse. The city offices will be closed for President's Day on the 17th. That means the city council work session is being bumped over a day to the 18th, and that is at the city the same place, Public Safety Building in the training room, 5:30 p.m. If you can't attend, remember to go over to Kevin Dooley's Facebook page. He is our local man on the street, videoing almost all things Bella Vista. He does this out of the kindness of his heart for the community of Bella Vista. Tune in LIBV TV on Facebook or YouTube. Stay in the know. These are the ones I like to watch and kind of look at the agenda and try to figure out, is there anything that we need to discuss or potentially talk about? So tune in on Tuesday the 18th for that one. And then following that, you have the city council regular work session. This is the one where you can actually use your 3 minutes to exercise your right to engage your civic leaders, make public comments, stuff like that. 6 p.m., same building in the courtroom. So, all right, buddy, let's move along to your favorite time of the night, and that is
we got
Fridays.
Box 10. Yeah, Box 10. So we got whole pork butts, 2-pack, $1.50 a pound. Chuck roast, perfect time of the year. We're going to get some nasty weather coming in. Put that baby in a crock pot and you're all set. $5 a pound. 80-20 ground beef for your chili, $3.63 a pound. 3-pound a bag of IQF chicken wings, $5 each. And Williams sausage roll, $2.97 each, which you can make biscuits and gravy. Get that peppered white gravy and put that in there, man. It's money. All this stuff is perfect for the Super Bowl. So you got your stuff there.
Heck yeah, buddy. All right, we are going to go to the break time, and we're going to just go ahead and re-air that news article. I don't know how widely distributed it was. I know people were still shocked that the Encore store closed down and stuff. People are upset about that. Again, remember, if you are wanting your civic leaders to hear your voice, the place to do that is the city council meeting. So take all that into account when you watch this, and we'll be right back.
We learned at 10 o'clock at night on Tuesday, you need to get out now. It was a slap in the face.
Well, for the past 40 years, Bella Vista's Friends of the Library, They have found unique ways to support the locals who love to read. However, tonight, the nonprofit may have just lost one of their most important friends, the very library they've spent years promoting. As KNWA's Gabriella Phelan found out, what an unexpected bit of irony that we typically find maybe written in a chapter book somewhere. Gabriella, these book lovers tell you they were really caught by surprise.
Doug, just days ago, the Friends of the Library found out that they'd soon be packing their things and finding a new home because the library is kicking the Friends of the Library out.
Some of these people have been here at least 30 years, and they love what they're doing. They're passionate about books.
A love for the words written within a paperback cover. Reading, it's what brings Bella Vista's Friends of the Library together.
We only have about 12 volunteers, and we run a bookstore 6 days a week.
Tucked away in a corner of Bella Vista's public library, the team of volunteers takes donated books and sells them to raise money for the library.
On average, we do about $1,200 a month.
Kathy Jeffrey has managed the bookstore for 6 years, and she says she's come to understand her readers.
I know our people. I know what they read, you know, what types of books to recommend. After a while, you just go, oh, I know that there's this book for you. You're going to love it.
But what President Dan Jeffrey says was an ironic move from the city is putting a bookmark in their work.
2 days ago, we got an eviction notice from the city attorney.
The Friends of the Library being told to pack their things and leave.
We learned at 10 o'clock at night on Tuesday, you need to get out now. It was a slap in the face.
Dan says the city and the Friends were unable to find common ground that would allow them to stay in the space, having gone through multiple lease agreements. But they thought they had more time to find a way.
I was still in shock, you know, and it's like, what are we going to do? Kind of a thing. Can we go somewhere else? What can, you know, where can we go? What can we do to keep doing this? And all that's in the air right now.
Bella Vista City Council member Travis Harp says the first he heard of this situation was from concerned residents.
Yeah, there had been no updates or briefings or no knowledge sharing to the City Council about this.
And since the news broke,
I think I've talked to at least 20 people about this specific issue. Every one of them is upset that this is happening.
So for the past 2 days, they've been packing, moving their entire inventory into the Jeffries home.
I'm heartbroken, very sad, and disappointed that they didn't want to work with us.
The next page for the Friends still yet to be written.
I'm not sleeping. I'm so stressed out by this move. Where am I going to put all this stuff? You know, because my garages are filling up.
Well, we reached out to the city of Bella Vista to learn more about this situation, and it says the Friends opted to terminate their lease in December, asking instead for a memorandum of understanding. The city says it was unable to meet the demands of the group, forcing them to begin the eviction process. You can read the statement over on our website, knwa.com. Back.
And we are back, buddy. All right, man. So yeah, we talked about that on last week's podcast. You guys can find that on our YouTube. We did do a rerun last week on our YouTube, and we also have it on our Facebook page. I encourage everybody to kind of watch our discussion about that. We did pull up the original lease. It was set to automatically renew. And we've got some information from both parties, the city and the Friends of the Library. I did do a write-up. I did do some minor grammar corrections to that. Thank you very much, Jerry Snow. We appreciate that. Did do a couple of corrections to the article, and that will be submitted to the Weekly Vista hopefully tomorrow. I got a lot on my plate tonight and tomorrow, but I'm hopeful to get that submitted to the Weekly Vista tomorrow. So. All right. And yeah, so here from the Friends of the Library, they did do their official announcement 7 hours ago. Well, we're gone. We've heard they are already making changes. It was a good run, and we were sad to leave, but all is not lost. We still have plenty of books to distribute to other Friends groups in the area and other nonprofits, and we will still be accepting books in good condition to keep them out of the landfills and out of recycling, so that people in need can have access to good books. Our mission is not done. We're still supporting the library and the foundation, and we will continue to do so. It might be less money for them, and it might be different for us, but we will overcome and adapt and persevere, because that is the way. Please message us if you have books to donate. Let's continue the mission, and thank you for all of the support. So make sure you guys get out there, support the Bella Vista Friends of the Library. If you've got old books, reach out to them and donate them. If they're in good use condition. Yeah. They donated over $250,000 to the Bella Vista Library during their course of operation and stuff. And this is selling like 25 cent books.
Yeah, you should be really proud about that.
Yeah, it's a great thing, and it's just sad that again, I said it last week. It's just it's a byproduct of poor leadership, not being able to find common ground, use common sense, and creatively think of how we can maintain such a treasure in our community. So, all right, buddy. Well, we're moving over to another thing, and we started doing some polls on our Facebook page. And so the first one that we did on February 4th was, should DOGE conduct an audit of the IRS? 88% of the respondents said yes. 12% said no. Did get a couple of comments on there, but most of the comments were in favor of what is taking place. Again, man, we're the taxpayer, and that's I'm starting to see that kind of resonate when we do these polls out there. We did have another poll. Should property tax be frozen or end when you pay off your house? And a lot of people responded and said they should end. That's an ongoing discussion wherever we go. 87% of respondents said they should end. 10% of the respondents said they should be frozen, and one person said, I love paying property taxes, but then put in the comments, haha, I was just kidding. But that's a discussion that I think a lot of people have when they go to sell a used car, they buy a used car. It's like, wait a minute, this car's been sold 4 or 5 different times over. Why are we still, like, how many times can you tax a car? Or the fact that whenever you pay off your house, you never really paid it off, because the tax man cometh, right? And if property taxes increase, which I believe they are in Bella Vista, they have in Bella Vista.
Absolutely. Yeah,
with all this tourist attractions, all these trails, all this boom of all of Northwest Arkansas, everybody's property taxes are going up. And it might be a situation where you might not even be able to afford the taxes on your house at one day. So keep that in mind, and I honestly think if it's your primary residence and you've paid it off, you should at a minimum be able to freeze it, right? But I think it should end if it's your primary residence. That's just my thoughts, man. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's an unfortunate situation. I'm not opposed to doing capital projects, the roads and what have you. But at the end of the day, man, I mean, how many years are you going to pay for something? If you had it paid off in the 90s, you've been paying taxes for 30 years on it. Yeah. And I mean, at what point do you say, hey, enough's enough, then given the current situation of what's going on here?
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm okay for a cap of an age if it's 62 or 63. But I really believe when you get to that age and you're retired, you have a limited means of income. Most people are through Social Security. Of that, given all the increases in food prices and everything else, that it's really putting a lot of pain on our elderly, and I think we need to cherish them like the Japanese cherish elderly people, you know what I mean? Yeah. And not make them pay I don't think we should be taxed for Social Security either. And I think they shouldn't pay property tax or personal property tax for that matter after a certain age.
Yeah, all valid points. I mean, I think if you are a young person, you're productive, you hustle, you work hard, you budget right, you manage to pay your house off, it's your primary residence. You've done something that a lot of people don't, right? And there should be some type of incentive to that should be a goal for every American, right? Is to work hard. Buy their little, their home, the American dream, right? The house with the white picket fence, unless you're in Bella Vista, right? So they killed that picket fence, but there was a lawsuit that was won. But that, to chase that American dream, buy your home, pay it off, man. Be financially responsible. And that is an incentive, right? Before the boom happens, you've hustled and you've paid off your home. And you should be rewarded for that, because that's what, like, your established roots at that point in the community. I don't know. This is my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts.
Yeah, I agree. And that's what frustrates me, Chris. The people that have the houses, paid for, let's just say late 80s, early 90s, and they continue to pay taxes on them. The actual taxes that they're paying exceed the value of the house. I got a problem with that. It's no different than the personal property tax.
Yeah.
You got the car for 10 or 15 years. and the value of it's let's just say it's 15-year-old car and it's worth $2,000 or whatever, and you're paying hundreds upon hundreds of dollars of personal property tax for it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
At what point do you just say more personal property?
Let's be real though, man. Like if you're driving the shit box, dude, the property taxes on it's like $30 a year. But still, the point, shit box for life, man. But
even a 5 or 6 year old car, man, it's a few $100s, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And every penny matters, man. Every penny does matter whenever you're trying to, obviously have that quality of life and be happy, but still have that nest egg, right? It really is. So every penny matters. Buddy. Looks like we're getting some frame loss. Not too bad though. 22. So we'll, this is we haven't multi-streamed in a while because of the rules and all that and the strikes. But we're giving it a run tonight. We are recording, so if anything does happen too crazy, we'll make sure we get an upload out there for you guys. All right. Well, the next big story of the week, everybody's talking about is this downhill bike trail. Let's get into that. Another Lyft service bike park is coming to Arkansas. Another one. The Oz Trails Bike Park will have 20 miles of gravity trails with 225 feet of vertical elevation. This is out of Biker Mag. It says Oz Trails announced this week plans for a chairlift serve downhill mountain bike park in Bella Vista near Bentonville that will feature more than 20 miles of gravity trails. The Oz Trail Bike Park will feature a Poma Litter, Poma Littner, I don't know, high-speed chairlift that accesses downhill trails rated for all skill levels. The new bike park will also merge with the existing Oz Trail network already in the area that includes the Razorback Greenway and Little Sugar Trail system. The bike park project team includes park and trail designs companies Gravity Logic and Rock Solid. It will be the Arkansas's second Lyft service bike park in addition to the Trails at Mena project near Mena, about 3 hours south of Bentonville. That project is a collaboration between the U.S. Forestry Service, Arkansas State Parks, in the city of Mena, and is slated to begin development in the spring. It will include 3 chairlifts servicing 100 miles of trails with about 1,300 feet of vertical elevation. You guys can read more about this out of Biker Mag or in any of the local news. Check out any of the local advertising and tourism promotion pages. They're all about it, man. We talked about this during the fire, the controlled burn. And when we talked to OERI's, burn management guy, he spilled the beans, and that was probably a month ago when they did it. I think it was right before Christmas. We knew about this. We knew this was coming. We did talk about it. It is breaking news, I guess, though, because it's now officially in the news. But
so it is what it is. Who's in charge? Remind me again who's in charge of maintaining the trails in Bella Vista.
So people in Bella Vista, the people in Bella Vista are the people of Bella Vista and the Bella Vista Property Owners Association have recently, if you attended the last month's city council meeting, the fee went up. Okay, so the city is now obligated to do equal matching with the POA to the tune of $90,000 for a grand total of $180,000. I'm not sure because this is being developed on private property. Obviously, Blue Crane acquired the property. I don't know if that is actually going to be the city's responsibility. That is a good point for clarification that we do need to, get clarification on. Is the taxpayer responsible for this, maintaining this trail network as well? I hope not, because I think it's going to be a little expensive, right? Oh man, it's already getting expensive. But as you can see on the map up here, this is the plaza across from the Phillips 66 where Domino's is. That is all appears to be going to be redone for parking, and they will have some parking alongside Oldham Road, the road that has the depression. I mean, I'd be depressed if you were going to be running big trucks with bike lift equipment on me too. But apparently the city is investigating that. To figure out how much it's going to cost to repair the road so that the depression isn't there anymore. And remember, we're running in a deficit of $756,000 out of reserves right now, and that was before the discovery of this road needing to be repaired. So I'm not sure where we're going to be at by the end of the year if this continues. Me personally, I'm a little concerned that this is going to put a lot of congestion on 71 business. We were just getting to the point where, I mean, look, we can all be adults here. Driving in Northwest Arkansas stinks, okay? Let's be real, right? It's the mass amount of development and bringing people into the area, the promotion of the area, the bike trails. Again, nothing against bike trails, y'all. Nothing against it, but it's the over promotion when our critical services are being overwhelmed that we're paying for on top of it, right? We're paying for this stuff. It just doesn't feel like responsible growth to me, brother. Our EMS guys are really getting worn out. Police calls are up, EMS calls are up. We don't want to overwhelm our services to where the people that live here, are going to suffer. And on top of it, we're the ones paying the taxes for it. So this new bike park, I hope it's successful. I hope it brings in a lot of revenue for the city. I'm just not seeing how it's going to bring in that revenue for the city that's going to offset the amount of chaos for the locals. So food for thought, think about it. Maybe if you want to talk about it at a city council meeting and kind of express your opinion, I would encourage that. I encourage civic engagement all the time. Got a comment over here from Michelle Shako. How you doing, Michelle? The traffic will be horrendous.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be horrendous.
Yeah, that'll be like when the traffic was like, remember when they didn't have the bypass and you had all the trucks coming down, all the 18-wheelers are coming down, 71B. It was a train wreck.
Yeah, and that's the main artery right there. You remember they had to do the Mercy Way expansion right there. And so if you got a lot of traffic, it's just, I mean, it is what it is, I guess, right?
That's the thing you get when you start doing these capital projects. You got to understand the what's involved with it at the end of the day and how many years it takes to do this stuff to scale it.
Yeah,
there's sometimes you got to pull it back a little bit, and not only that, but they're working on the 59 and 72 that I was telling you about. So I know that's going to be a few years away, but when that's done, it's going to be another huge project that's going to slow things up for a while.
Absolutely. Yeah. Still, frame drop's only at 1%, but it is climbing a little bit. We're going to go ahead and move along. Northwest Arkansas Democratic Gazette ran a news article this week. Northwest Arkansas Democratic Gazette executive order puts $100 million grant to Arkansas on hold, administrator says. The $100 million federal pollution control grant going to projects in Central Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas, and Fort Smith is on hold by executive order. From the White House, the grant administrator confirmed Wednesday, as of last week, we are unable to withdraw funds, said Casey Covington, the executive director of Metro Plan. The Little Rock-based planning agency coordinated a joint application by itself, the Northwest Arkansas Regional Planning Commission, and the city of Fort Smith. Their application was one of 23 awarded in a nationwide competition in July, a total of $4.3 billion in grants. That's $4.3 billion in grants were awarded during the $500 million to California for transportation and freight, carbon emission reductions, and the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach. Wait a minute. Let's back up just a wee bit right there.
That's for those electric 18-wheelers out there. Remember, they wouldn't let the ICE engine trucks in there at the ports for pickup. This is crazy to me, man. I don't even know what to say with this, but the grants are really our money, right? At the end of the day, And this is no different than you had just mentioned Mercy Bridge. Remember the grant money that was sent in for that? It's a perfect example.
Yeah, we're paying local taxes, we're paying state taxes. The states, I think I heard on a phone call from Bart Hester's office. I love getting these like just random unsolicited phone calls from, Steve Womack and Bart Hester and the politicians when they're going into session. You don't hear from them unless they're going to be going into session about something. But We are. It is that time of the year, and I heard something to the tune of like 800 million surplus or something like that. It was a fairly large number. I didn't listen to the whole call. I was kind of like, oh, hello, and then they were talking, and I'm like, let me listen for a minute. Okay, but
you're really telling me
the state's in a surplus, but then we're
taxed.
still going. The state's in running a surplus, but then we're still going to the federal government and asking for grants. Is that just not? It sounds like double jeopardy from the taxpayer perspective, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What are y'all's thoughts that are watching, man? What are your thoughts? I mean,
yeah, I think it needs more investigation. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Where the grant money's coming from,
Yeah, well, that's the big stinker of the week, man, is the amount of people that are just, on fire on both sides of the aisle about U.S. aid, where a lot of these grants come from, right? A lot to be said about that this week. I'm still waiting on the official report to come out, the official, but, people are tracking the information and they're, diving in and deciphering the information from what is actually out on the public website right now. It's been there this whole time. But I guess it took DOGE to actually come in and do the audits for people to actually just go out to the websites and start doing their own research and figuring it out. So before you parrot anything, I mean, like I don't want to be that guy that's like putting out stuff and then having to do a retraction, right? I'm hearing stuff about 83 million to children of former presidents and stuff. I don't know if that's 100% accurate. It's starting to look that way. But I can tell you this, it was enough for Marco Rubio to recommend the termination of 10,000 employees of USAID. And that actually happened February 6th, man. The U.S. government's primary foreign aid organization is losing the vast majority of its staff, forcing the agency's life-saving work to screech to a halt. This is out on Wired.com. Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency has gutted the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, for taking a team of over 10,000 down to just under 300, according to the internal email viewed by Wired and several current USAID employees. This one's a pretty interesting read. Go out there to Wired.com and check it out. But I did see the notification that, this is looking bad, looking real bad. It just seemed like an open piggy bank for anybody and everybody. And I did see another report about, it was something like 560 million, maybe it was billion, I'm not sure, that has gone out to programs that no longer exist also today when they went into the Department of Treasury. I know a lot of people are concerned about this taking place, saying it's not legal for this team to do that. I would encourage you to go out and read the executive order on how this is structured, how it is legal. Because it basically is a rename of another department and they have been given a specific mission to do this. I know people are concerned about, access to their information, social security numbers and stuff like that. But if you remember not too long ago, back in December, U.S. Treasury says the Chinese hacker stole documents in a major incident. There has been several of these security breaches where they got the information of every federal employee as well.
They did. Yes, they did.
I would, I'm more concerned with where all of the taxpayer money is going. I mean, if we have this much money that's just going out to, it sounds like a huge grift to me, man. I've always wondered how these politicians get so rich in public service.
Yeah.
Boggles the mind.
That's why I get frustrated with the taxes, man. I mean, come on. This kind of nonsense has happened, and people are taking their hard-earned money out of their check every week, and this is what we're doing with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just completely unacceptable. And I don't think it's just this department. I think it's everywhere. It's bloated in all the departments. Well,
we're going to do another poll. In the very near future, after all this DOGE stuff comes out in the wash, and I'm going to ask, I'm just going to say it right now. How do you feel about having a DOGE come in and do it in your municipality? Because, it's the same playbook. They're all cut from the same cloth, most of them. It's the same rinse and repeat wash. do you think that states should be audited in this fashion? Do you think that cities should be audited in this fashion? What are your thoughts? I think that it's not a bad thing. Transparency. We don't have enough transparency, and we're all running the rat race. So it is hard. It is hard to keep up with everything. I hope that you guys appreciate what we do, and that's try to track the local issues, figure out, ask the hard questions, reach out to our city council members and ask them questions. See if they're willing to inquire, and do it now. That's the thing that we try to do over here at the NWA Exchange podcast is gather the information, ask the hard questions, try to consolidate that information and give it to you guys in a digestible format in hopes that you'll show up to a city council meeting and speak your mind. Again, these city council meetings are on average dead. It's city employees and a handful of people. You can't let them operate in a vacuum chamber. You cannot do that. That is how stuff like all of what we've seen this week actually happens.
I think what we will find, though, Chris, eventually is the amount of NGOs that are operating in this country right now will have their tentacles into city municipalities, and they'll trace it back eventually. It's just going to be a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, it's a big, complicated operation. I mean, these been going on for years.
Yeah.
So.
Sad but true, buddy. Sad but true. Well, we have one more, and I know some people don't like the national news. I see you. I see you watching. I see you watching. But again, this is all stuff that's relevant to Americans, and Bella Vista, last time I checked, is in America. So. Here we go. Man, you remember the bishop that kind of gave that weird sermon? Yes, that's right. She's also wrapped up in this DOGE stuff too. Not her. I don't know her specifically, but bishop that is getting slammed for lecturing Trump after church earned $53 million from migrant program funded by we the people. Let's go into this.
Remember when Donald Trump, after his inauguration, went to a national prayer service at an Episcopalian church, and the bishop, Marion Budd, gave him this treatment?
The people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meatpacking plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation. But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals.
Yes, remember that. And the faces of Trump and Melania and J.D. Vance as they listen to all this go on, and she goes on about how transgender people are fearing for their lives now in Trump's America. It was all quite odd, and you'll remember that Trump responded afterwards. He said the so-called bishop who spoke at the National Prayer Service on Tuesday morning was a radical left hardline Trump hater. She brought her church into the world of politics in a very ungracious way. She was nasty in tone and not compelling or smart. She failed to mention the large number of illegal immigrants that came into our country and killed people. Many were deposited from jails and mental institutions. It is a giant crime wave that is taking place in the USA. Apart from her inappropriate statements, the service was a very boring and uninspiring one. She is not very good at her job. She and her church owe the public an apology.
Again, man, see, again, some of this stuff just doesn't, look, man, if it's okay to feel that way, Don, but, you're wanting to unite the country as a whole. Can we have somebody just tone down the rhetoric on Twitter? Again, this is the stuff that during his first term, I was like, just chill out on the rhetoric on social media, man. Keep it fact driven, right?
But she did embarrass not just him. She embarrassed the family and everybody else that attended that service. So
yeah, but we don't have to. I
agree.
You don't have to punch down, right? And there are people legitimately worried about the future on both sides of the aisle, and it's you don't. Man, I'm telling you, the American people have been through a lot in the past 4 or 5 years, and you want to inspire greatness and stuff. Let's hear the rest of this.
They certainly owe the public an apology, but I think they also owe the public a fair deal of thanks, because we now know why she went so hard on Donald Trump in that sermon. It's because her church made $53 million out of the Biden administration to resettle migrants in America under programs that Trump has now paused. So this wasn't her genuinely standing there saying, I'm so worried about the state of the world and I'm saying this because I'm a Christian. I'm saying this because it lines the pockets of my church. And of course, at no point did she mention the fact that they got this $53 million to resettle 3,600 refugees in America last year. Sorry, that was 20.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, man. Like I said, it's been one heck of a ride this week, man. It really has been. There's
so much stuff going on, and it's just, I mean, it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Absolutely.
You know what? In one part, it saddens me that Americans are taking advantage of Americans. That's what upsets me. I mean, you should have servant leadership. You get in a position like that, you're representing, your community, man,
yeah.
and you're doing your people so bad, man. It's unbelievable. I can't believe someone would actually do that. But there's hundreds of people that are doing that in there that we know of right now.
Yeah, liars, crooks, and cheats, man. Check out 5 Times August on YouTube and Apple Music and all that, man. He's got a really great song out there. Yeah, hey, we appreciate that, Connie. Thank you very much for the like. Remember to hit that like button, y'all. That's about the only love we get over here. We got a comment here. Your concerns are without merit. Just think, when the administration bankrupts Bella Vista, the city will be annexed by Bentonville and all problems will go away. Yay! Yeah, Bentonville, I hope that doesn't happen. I hope that's not the master plan, right? The master plan that nobody knows. Got another comment here. When has going to any council meeting in this town helped one bit? I can list a couple of instances where they've helped. They've helped change the mindsets of the city council people, not specifically the mayor, but if you remember during the stump dump, Steve Burke was running for office and he instituted the public response period based off of what he saw and how the people were treated, and just kind of looked at with, I don't know, deer in the headlights look. Okay, yeah, 90-something people speak. Yeah, we hear you. Yeah, the smoke sucks. Yeah, you're getting sick. Oh, you got COPD now? Okay, cool. Your kid's bleeding out of the nose and coughing like, sounds like he smoked, 4-year-old sounds like he smokes 6 packs a day. Cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and pass some bike trails. Yeah. So again, I think that a show of force nowadays in today's times, people going and speaking their mind, demanding accountability. I think that our city council that we have on board right now, cut from a different, again, most of these are critical thinkers now. They're not, retired, wanting to go to, getting hungry, need a Snickers bar, wanting to go eat their dinner. They're wanting to do the people's work. So I think it is very valuable to get out there and speak with your civic leaders, engage with them. Let them know what's on your mind. Ask them questions. Ask them to research information. Ask them to provide you with an answer. Yeah. And if they don't know the answer, hope that they will go out and seek the answer. Thank you very much, Stacy. We appreciate that. But remember, at the end of the day, all we can do is keep on moving forward. All we can do is keep on fighting the hard fight and hoping that we can effect proper change the legal way. Again, your First Amendment right it's the first. Use your voice, right?
Yeah, I know at times, and we've been in there numerous times, Chris, and you do get frustrated, but you can't ever, ever, ever give up, man. You just got to keep moving forward and keep on bringing it up. I mean, we did that with the STRs when Peter Christie initiated it, and we stopped him eventually dead in his tracks.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, man, like we said during the Stump Dump days, keep moving forward. Keep on stanking on, buddy.
It's a segue out, buddy.
Yeah, it is. So, final thoughts, bud.
No, that's it, man. I think it was a good show tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in, and I want to let everybody know, have a great weekend, and be safe. I think we're going to have a mixed bag of weather. So
yeah, we're going to have some weather next week for sure. So go ahead and stock up on them expensive eggs and bread and all that jazz. Whatever.
Make sure you pick up your chickens.
Yeah, get your chickens. All right. Till the next one, stay happy, healthy, and humble. Be nice to one another when you're out and about. You never know what people are going through. You never know what's going on in the back of their mind. So just remember, be kind. Be nice to everyone. Till the next one, we're out of here. If I can find a button. Here we go.
I'm not afraid to take a stand, take a stand.